again and welcome to my workshop. So this is the lead up towards Christmas, and it's actually Halloween. So today I thought I'd do a little laser project, and we're going to etch, actually we're going to put together some clip art, and we're going to etch a Halloween scene into some wood, probably ply. We'll try a couple of different materials and see which one comes out the best. So here we go, and happy Halloween. So the program I'm using for the laser is a Laser Cut 6.1. So I've imported 3 pieces of clip art that we're going to use, and the first one here, so we just put some handles around and highlight it. We're going to bring it over into the area here, into the middle. It doesn't really matter. And we're going to resize that. So to resize it, you just come over to one side, so this cross emblem icon then appears, and then you right click and then you can press resize. It would be handy to know what size I want it to be. Okay, so lock the scale, which is the aspect ratio. Now I want the X to be 260 millimeters. 260, and it's automatically altered the Y to correspond. So we will OK that. There you go. So now we can actually see what we've got there, which is quite a nice little evil picture then, if you'd like. So we're gonna go with that one. That's absolutely fine. So then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to put some lettering in. So I'm going to put some handles around this. Incidentally, these pictures have been saved as a bitmap. I think one of them was a PNG and the other 2 were JPEGs, but you need to save them into a bitmap before you bring them into this program. Okay, so we're going to set this this up now for etching. So you come over here to this dialog box then, where it says cut, just left click, and we want to reset this to engrave. Now, so what we do then is go back onto the black area, because it's all on a black level. Double click and this dialog box comes up. Now I'll explain to you what each one of these little windows means. 300 millimeters per second engraving speed. Now this is the speed the nozzle or the laser head then actually moves in. And in this case, this is absolutely perfect for us. Bidirection, this means the laser is going to fire from this side to that side and fire on the return. That's my preference. Blowing, yes, always use the blower, because what the blower does, what a laser does, when the laser hits the material, it turns that material to a gas. We see it as smoke in the case of wood. So you need the blower, which is blowing down through the nozzle. That's got a number of functions. It keeps the laser nozzle and head and lens cool, and it also stops muck from building up on the lens itself, And the most important job of all is that it evacuates all the smoke or debris from where the laser is entering into the material. It evacuates the end product away, because what happens is the smoke can interfere with the laser itself and make it less effective. So that's the three jobs of the air blow-in, and it is necessary for whatever job you do to have that on. The power levels here, let me see, because I'm going into some harder wood, I'm going to set that to 30. Okay, now what this power level means, now you notice in the drawing there was different shades of grey. Okay, so what we're doing here, we're giving the laser parameters of the amount of power level that we want to etch with. So the grayscale is sort of here, light grey to black. Okay, so we're saying minimum power level is 20 and maximum level there is 30. Now this is percentage, but it's not percentage in watts, not watts output of the laser. This is the percentage of power that's sent to the laser from the power supply. Now this is you know, it's anything between 25 and 50,000 volts, but it's milliamps. Now this is what this represents, the power sent to the laser. What actually comes out of the laser, this would represent somewhere in the region of about 35 watts, and this would probably be something like 50 watts. Now lasers, in relation to the power put in, it's not a linear scale. Okay, if you was drawing a graph on earlier videos, I've actually shown you that this is so, but it's sort of from the lower power levels you get a very steep climb, and then the higher power levels it sort of tails off till you get to 100 watts up here. So that's just the rough explanation of that. Okay. Scan gap. This is the step over. So each time the laser tracks over, it will progress through the picture 0.9 of a millimeter. This is a very small amount. This is about a thousandth of an inch, thereabouts. Oh, maybe a couple of thou actually. And so, I mean, when you're etching with a laser, you know, a couple of thou here and there really doesn't matter. So, but it's a very, very small measurement. Down top. Now, this is a little bit of Chinglish. When on first sight of this, you'd think, what does that mean? Well, the result of that, what it does is, the way it's calculated out, then put it that way. All right, everything is worked from the top left-hand corner of the picture of the work. So what we're asking it to do here is start the picture, start it from down the bottom edge down here, and work your way back. Okay, to the top. That's what it actually means. So we're going to start the picture at the bottom here and work our way back. The reason for that is the same for this blowing of debris, because what happens is sometimes it blows the debris back down onto your material and it leaves a stain. So what you're doing using this method is you're cutting back over it. So whatever you're blowing down back onto the surface of the material, you're actually cutting back off again. That's the best way I've found to operate this. Okay, so I'm just going to transfer this now into the laser. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm just setting the Z height. I'll just put this plate. This is like a rubbery coated metal, and on the back of the nozzle there's a proximity sensor. So and this will come down, register this plate within a millimeter or so, and then back off to the correct height above the material. And I'll just reposition the camera for that. So I'm just going to press the datum now for the Z. Okay, now that's set the right height. So I'm actually using the controls on the control pad now, not the computer. Each quick depression allows me to move 1 millimeter. So what I'm going to do, so we'll just set the datum point on this now. Okay, so I just set the XY datum point there, and I'm just going to do a test just to see whether the material, and this material is a good quality plywood, but it's it's a very, very light color. It'll come out very good on this. So let's just run this test. I think that's in there nice and square. Okay, so let's start the laser going and see what happens.
And over the grass of the university, I head up Botanic Avenue to the Lisburn Road through Derryvolgie. My heart's alight, gently cool, soothed by this lamplit rain tonight. My soul's on fire and it burns like a torch through this winter's night. And all that I know is how I feel. More empty evenings haunt me. My hair's aglow, the dark and red.
Over the months or years that I've had this laser, I've had a lot of people say to me, well, we can't actually see the laser. Well, no, it's invisible. It's infrared light when it leaves the laser. So I just thought I'd put this shot in to show people what the laser is actually doing, what the tube is doing itself. This is energized gases inside the tube, which results in the laser light coming out of the end of the tube. So this is what it's actually doing. It's switching on and off and varying power. Okay, I've got a little surprise for you here at the end of the video, and what I'm trying to demonstrate here too is, if you notice this part of the picture and this part of the picture in the middle is very clear and crisp and a very, very good representation. These two are high resolution graphics. The outer part of the picture, if you can see, you can actually detect in certain areas and all over the place really the individual pixels that the picture is made up of. This is a low resolution picture. In fact, some of the picture is well, not exactly missing. I suppose that some of these spider's web is missing, some of the ghost's cloak is missing, and a bit of the spider's web here is missing, and there. So this is a very low resolution picture, and these two are high resolution pictures. So you can see when you transfer them to a laser, you must be quite careful on the items or the pictures that you want to convert to a file for the computer. It's obviously better to have a high resolution than what it is to have a low resolution, because the outcome, as you can see, this is a good contrast. The outcome of the difference between high and low resolution you can plainly see here. So I hope you've liked that little demonstration there of how easy it really is to take some graphic designs or clip art straight off the internet, or a photograph for that matter, and put into a laser cutting or managing program and produce a result, a fairly good result. And I think this is a very graphic example too of high and low resolution pictures. So I think it's very fitting too that it's Halloween, and we've done this project, and we're sat in front of this beautiful picture of Hogwarts' demise, actually. Very, very good graphic picture, which anybody can download off the internet as a wallpaper. So thank you for joining me for this this video, and if you have enjoyed it, please press like, subscribe to my channel. That's how the channel grows. Pass it on to your friends. That's another good way the channel grows. And if you come into my channel, I've got two channels now. My other channel, I've had to open because I've got so many videos now, and you're only allowed to have around about 200 on a channel, and so you get to see some of my earlier ones. I've transferred them onto a second channel, which you can, if you go on my, I haven't got it up now, but if you go onto my banner at the top of my YouTube channel, top right hand corner, you'll see a little bar there to my second channel. So thank you for joining me, and until next time, it's bye for now.